Hello and welcome to a special episode of the Foundry Roundtable, in which we are going to be live playing all 3 of the entries to the 26th Century Challenge. We're going to be playing these missions one right after the other, but we're going to do a little bit of a break between each one. So my teammates for this playthrough are Greendragoon and DuncanIdaho.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Yes, we have added Mark to the team here for our third and final mission of the evening, after which, of course, we will give away the Walker-class ship, so folks in the chat room, don't go away. The big giveaway is happening later on, as soon as we finish this mission.
So the question is, will it be someone on my friends list?
Well, are you friends with all of the people in chat?
Well, they can just sort of...
no.
There's some folks in chat that I don't know who they are.
Yeah. So if you play
they
Stowe...
haven't, they haven't actually said anything, but they're there.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. You
So-
just, just send a private message to Greendragoon. He'll post in chat so you know who to send that to. And then just reply with your @ handle and we'd be able to send that to you, no problem.
Yeah, it'll be fine. And say hello if you're in the chat room and haven't said anything. You know, whether you've
the
heard
thing
about
about the Vaunt that amuses me most is that it mixes command with intel. It's a strange combination. Oh well.
So we're just waiting for Mark to get to the Teneva system here.
87.
Yeah.
He's on his way.
And Transwarp collapsed. Or Slipstream collapsed. Oh wow.
I'm glad that StarfarerTheta made this a KDF mission, because I can bring my Turgath, because it's quite appropriate.
For the one space map.
Well, you know, I made it a whole 26th century crew. Actually, I even took all the characters that we made for the IKS Durgath and made, you know, a whole crew out of them.
Yeah. So do you actually, what'd you name it as? Oh, it's the actual, okay,
it's the Durgath.
Yeah.
I'm RPing it. This is the Klingon flagship from the 26th century. Complete with Captain Liar and all her merry men.
Well, you'll be doing Moose and Squirrel voice from now on. Yeah, fair enough. Next mission, we'll have more space combat.
Okay. Now I have the build put together. Mostly.
Yeah, this is why I spent the
I
afternoon
just
getting
need to
my
set up my
KDF
power
character
tree.
together in advance.
Well, I mean, I could have just jumped in and ran with what I had. It's just I had this urge to swap ships.
All right, so let's see here. We're all in place, so let's start here. The Black Box by StarfarerTheta.
I overshot. Sorry.
All right. Setsa Jagora had discovered something in system CAS 231, emitting 0 energy. A cube encased in ice awaits your discovery. Understanding this object could help you find Earth. It could also destroy you.
Yay!
I
Only a
wonder
lot.
which that's going to be.
Just in case, we do need an EV suit, so I called a trade freighter.
Well,
I've got
one of
some.
the things that I like about having a dozen bridge officers is that I can assign certain ones of them to perform EV suit maintenance, and then just have them give me the EV suits on command.
Groups, please remain together when completing mission objectives. There are many state transitions in this mission, props appearing and disappearing. If a member does not remain with the group, then that member may be left behind. All right.
We ready to begin?
Begin.
All right, so that's just a rehash of the... Okay, did that. Mission.
Dahar Master, we have an incoming hail from the Durgath.
Patch it through.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, Natasha, go for it.
I'm afraid there's going to be no downtime in this fleet, Dahar Master. Recon Specialist Satsujigoro has discovered something in CAS 231 system, the 231 system, that is emitting zero energy. She believes this sensor void, as she puts it, is worth investigating.
My crew and I will take a look.
My crew and I will take a look.
I'd let her know you're coming. She wanted to investigate the site herself, but I convinced her that she would be working with a full team. We are in uncharted territory, after all. Although I can't blame anyone for their eagerness to find new dangers. It's an exciting prospect. In a lowered voice. The High Master, concerning dangers, I would be cautious around Jagoro. There's a fury underneath whatever mask she chooses to wear.
I'll keep that in mind.
I have faith in your abilities, Dahar Master. Contact me when you have any updates concerning the investigation. Durgath out.
Proceed with the mission.
And we're breaking canon already by bringing in the Durgath.
The Durgath has brought along,
it's
yes.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just here. We're just coming along as an observer while you guys go on this mission.
We are the cannon fodder.
There we go.
Well, I certainly brought the cannon. Did I mention that this thing can fire Oblivion gateways?
I'm sure we all have special powers.
So, you said you wanted to get a good look at what the skid looks like on this thing?
Oh, no, God, no! No! It's all black. I can't see it.
Okay, fine.
No.
That's on his end.
No. It works. It works. You brought your own light source. There we go. Pretty.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it gives it like this gothic architecture feel.
That really works for the Iconians.
Let's see what we got. We're scanning.
Scan complete. There is an interference field present in this system. It is affecting both communications and sensors.
And we establish contact with Jagoro.
Negative, not at this distance. We'll need to get closer to the moon.
Proceed.
I guess that was one of your bridge officers.
What about
Yes.
notified
Time to shoot things.
Combat. I forgot about this.
What? You forgot there was combat?
Combat in a Foundry mission? No.
Oh, yeah. I just kind of breezed through it, so.
Well, these things are actually shredding my Mir fighters. Or is it that Mir fighters are suicidal? I
Maybe
forget.
a little both.
Oh, almost died there.
We sort of expect you to die on these
Yeah.
when we don't have Admiral Aaron along, that is.
Here, I'll save you, Durgath. See?
All drones have been eliminated. Although they have returned unusual readings, they did not emit any energy signature beyond weapons. That could account for why we were unable to detect their presence. They were also the cause of the interference field. I have located the zero energy point on the moon's surface, as well as Jagoro and her ship.
Beep.
We are being hailed.
Visual. Finally, communications are back. I guess you took care of the drones? I tried to warn you, but they had their interference field up.
They're finished now.
Dahar Master, the Admiral said you were coming. I suppose you'll want an update on what I've been doing down here. The source of zero energy is reading... the source of the zero energy reading is encased in ice. I've been cutting a path through it. Are you coming down to take a look at yourself?
I never miss a chance to go on an away mission.
I mean,
Great.
I'm called Captain Kills Them All for a reason.
Great, you should bring an environmental suit.
Stand by.
Might as well put one on.
Yeah, sure.
So I only have enough EV suits for myself, so I'm gonna let you guys bring your bridge officers.
Here,
Not
I
bridge
actually wanted to bring a bridge officer anyways because I have a cool looking bridge officer.
There you go.
Don't worry, we can keep Jagora under control. I'm bringing Sontag.
Oh. Okay then. Well, if you're bringing a bridge officer, not me.
Oh no, it's what the character is based on.
No, I said it to you, Mark. So go ahead.
Okay.
Oh. Ah.
Okay, there we go. There we go. So you saw who I'm bringing, right? It amuses me greatly that the faction of this particular bridge officer is TOS Federation. I think it's actually a genuinely cross-faction bridge officer because it's like literally identical to the other one.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Well, okay. Factions in STO are an invisible character stat that is based on your race. So you choose to be a Klingon on... Well, also, the faction selection screen when you create a character is actually just a fancy menu that sorts the different race options for you. It's interesting, to say the least.
Welcome to Icy Ice, Dahar Master, home to Centaurus A's best ice. I've just about burnt out the emitter on this disruptor melting the ice. There was a lot of it. The way should be clear now, but freeze over again. I really hope we're able to head into the water right now.
I'm ready. Are you?
Well, one thing I had to check when I did this mission is that you cannot jump into the water before you do that prompt. There's an invisible there.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
And
Quite.
yeah, this isn't entirely custom built because the map we're on is one of the Rocky Barrens.
I just noticed something hilarious. My bridge officer activated her EV suit, then it disappeared.
There's certain of them that it doesn't display on.
Well, she's an android, so that's probably why.
Okay. Stand clear. We have light.
Supposed to go into this creepy cave. That's a good
In
idea.
the murder cave?
Murder cave.
You're Klingon now, it's okay.
I'm an Orion. I'm an assassin. If things bother me, they stop bothering me.
Is that a cube?
No, it's a sphere. Of course it's a cube. What are we looking at?
I'm not sure. This is where the energy readings stop. Maybe a cube is covered with some kind of force field. Closer look might reveal something.
Well, then we'll take a closer look. What could possibly go wrong?
Ooh, I could stand... Oh, wait, never mind.
Another lamp! Ooh, that's actually optional.
Yeah, they don't really do anything. There's actually like half a dozen of them.
I still want to activate them.
Some of them are actually like in far-flung parts of the map that you have no reason to go to. Kind of weird.
Scanners continue to show nothing is here. If it shows up as a void, and yet we can't see it with our own eyes. We can even touch it. The cube suddenly moves.
Stand your ground!
We're Klingons!
Master, stand back!
I see it.
I'm fine where I
Mm-hmm.
am.
Let's take it.
Officer, somebody's got to read it.
It's okay.
The cube appears to be levitating. It is reacting to our presence.
I forgot I actually have a Jagora bridge officer too.
For me, my Android's reading all of the bridge officer dialogue for some reason. I guess it's
'cause
because
you
I have
actually have
one
her
bridge
along.
officer.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
There's a ramp here. It seems to go to the platform underneath the cube. Well, go have a look.
I'll follow you.
Now this is something we do have to stand together for.
Okay, everybody get together.
Everyone get together. Don't hit it yet.
It's my bridge officer. Actually, it doesn't matter that
Got stuck
much
somewhere.
for bridge officers because of the fact that there's no combat on the next map. Or there's no combat on the transformed version of the map. There's something like that.
Where are we?
Inside the cube, probably.
Whoa, are we inside the cube?
It would seem so.
This place must be using subspace folds to produce the large space. There, Master. The environment within this space is drained of water and the atmosphere is hospitable. We no longer require our EV suits.
I see.
Hey, Master. I don't know what to make of this, but our scanners can detect things outside this cube. Water, ice, everything.
So
insiders can look out, but outsiders cannot look in.
So we can detect there's an energy reading above us. It could be the power source to this place. Locate the energy signature.
Proceed with the mission. I guess I'm going to put normal armor back on.
Yeah,
well-
if I remember right, you need it later.
Yeah, you do need it later. And the combat's not so intensive that it's going to make that much of a difference. But one thing I wanted to say, I love this build.
Very nice.
It is nice.
It's got
That's
this.
nice.
It's got some some really nice mood lighting down below. We're kind of stuck using these ramps to get something
there's not a lot of ramp.
Yeah, but
This is one of the reasons why I've wanted Cryptic to put in some of the sloped platforms.
Yeah, but
Or
overall,
actual proper staircases. Oh, right. When you click the prompt, you zap to a completely different map. Your awareness of physical reality fades after approaching the device. Dust begins to fill your dreams.
Ooh, dust dreams.
Sleep.
Sleep!
the 26th century has got to become the anthology of falling asleep.
StarfarerTheta says there are a number of hidden things to his maps, but we may not investigate everything, as we've been going for quite a while here, so we want to finish these.
Well, since most of them are interact with object non-objectives, you can find them by pushing V.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I found just how many of those lights there are on the map, is that I kept pushing V, and it kept pointing me into weird locations. I'm like, I wonder what this is for. Nothing.
Hey, I see other people.
Yes, we're in the same instance. Visions of sand and bones fade from your memory.
I liked remembering sand and bones.
One
What happened?
observation I made about those transitions is that he uses a different creature for each of them, and the stuff that it says is themed based on the creature.
And I think the creature's also themed on the world too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we'll get to that. What just happened? Were we in stasis? And why do I have a headache?
How long were we out?
Chronometers indicate that we haven't been out long. It's still the same hour.
That's good. Then we haven't missed much.
Deha Master, something isn't right. My scanner indicates no water outside. I'm also reading a very hot and arid climate.
We need to get out of this cube and see what has happened.
Oh, I don't see any exit signs. We should try going back to where we came in. Maybe there's a hatch we didn't see. Exit the cube.
Also, jumping off the platform is actually the easy way down. Although you can stand on the hologram. See?
Yeah, the holograms are solid.
Proceed with the mission.
Yes,
All together.
We're still in a low
we
gravity
probably
volume.
want to be all together.
Right. All set?
You're going to take the
We
slow
still
way
would-
down.
My bridge officer go. Oh yeah. Also, these maps, because he respawns and despawns the entire map, it makes the AI pathing absolutely go nuts.
It does.
And we don't have low gravity.
Examining my surrounding.
Okay, that wasn't a hatch. Looks around. Are there these bones? Where are we?
Hey, I was just dreaming about bones.
Well, we're on a different planet. There must mean that the cube has ability to transfer space-time continuum. Either that or we've been sent to a different cube. In that case, this would be one of the most weirdest transport devices I've ever seen. And I've seen plenty of weird stuff.
Are we still in communications range with the fleet?
Ship, come in. Respond. Negative.
Negative. I recommend we only attempt contact when we are certain that one of our own is listening. We do not know where we are and who could be listening.
We are on our own.
There, Master. I have an opportunity before us. I brought a pair of portable subspace telescopes. My intent was to map the sky of CAS-231 as part of an effort to create a detailed astrometric chart of Centaurus Alpha, which would later be used to help us locate Earth. We can still carry out this mission while we're here.
Deploy the subspace telescope. Note, terrain can be treacherous. Proceed with caution. All right, make it quick.
It's a little bit sciencey for a KDF officer.
I just thought of something. My bridge
26th
officer
century.
is still inside the cube. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Somehow she spawned on the ground way, way, way off to the side. I don't know why. Oh, well.
She might have fallen when the cube despawned.
Actually, no, I think she fell before the cube despawned. I don't understand how, because I know she kind of like disappeared while I was jumping down, and I couldn't see where she went.
Well, that's a side effect of the weird pathing, because the pathing doesn't realize that the cube is there.
Examine data.
But
Comparing
data's
new
not
data
here.
with data from the fleet. It seems the cube has taken over 25,000 light years from our previous position. We are well beyond the current operational envelope of the fleet. We will be unable to contact anyone for a few days at least.
Is Earth somewhere in this sky?
We would need to review the data in detail, and that could take time. This is assuming that the data here is sufficient for a positive identification of Earth. I calibrated these telescopes to have a subspace image of the whole sky, and that comes with a cost in detail. I should make clear that we are not on Earth. This place is far too dry and hot.
Understood.
There's places on Earth that are dry and hot.
Not filled with this many bones, though.
Or
Yeah,
that size of bones. I mean, seriously, some of these are Godzilla-sized.
Tahar Master, we have a dust storm approaching, and it's looking really bad. It's got everything. High winds, electrostatic discharges, and lots of dust.
We're just finishing up here.
We should cover the telescopes and then get back into the cube as quickly as we can.
We'll force our way in if we have to. I'll bring Targi along. Come on, Targi! Targi. There we go, little Targi.
I ran the wrong way. Oops.
All right, are we all together?
Yep.
I believe we are. And even your bridge officer.
We're back inside, and not a moment too soon. Conditions outside are getting worse. We would have been sandblasted had we stayed out there any longer.
Let's see if we can get back to CAS-231.
Does anything seem different in here to anyone?
This is not as we left it.
Glad I'm not the only one who noticed it. Why did it change?
Did we return to the same cube?
I believe we are. The same distinct energy reading is above us as before. However, the layout has clearly been altered. We should approach the energy signature cautiously. If we can prevent it from activating again, we may be able to examine it.
Agreed. Ramps over here.
I love that this is the same space as before. No map transition, just new build.
Unfortunately, it makes pathing go insane, but, you know.
Yeah, buffs aren't required, though. So, I mean, the gameplay structure accommodates for it.
Yeah, this particular one doesn't require that, although some of the latter ones do.
And we've got the nice use of the science grids as miscellaneous, basically lighting objects.
Mm-hmm. They do glow nicely.
Ah,
And be sure to look up right here. It keeps going.
It's nice use of those
And then at the very top,
shields.
At the very top too, there's the staggered pattern of
That's
overlapping blocks. So that was a really nice touch. What are you doing? No! She sprints towards you.
Let's don a look of mild surprise. Your awareness of physical reality fades. Anger and smoke fill your dreams.
I'm getting that whatever fills our
Sleep.
dreams is a indication of where we're going.
Yes.
Yep. And we're going to the Sunshine and Bunny Planet.
Yep, that's pretty angry
Toontown.
and smoky.
We're going to a 1920s speakeasy.
We're going to visit Darth Vader.
Where are we?
Visions of fire and smoke fade from your memory.
Wake up! What did you do? Now, who knows where we are?
You don't get to get angry with me, Jigoro, unless a fight is what you're looking for.
Maybe I do want to fight. Jigoro takes a deep breath, then covers her face with her hands.
Remain silent.
Oh, nice thing with the eye color. I can control this. I know I can. Leave me alone for a moment. He runs to the lower level.
Anyone want to tell me where we are?
Outside temperatures are above 100 degrees Celsius. The atmosphere is filled with ash and smoke. Scanners are also picking up magma activity as large-scale fires. And our environmental suits if we wish to go outside. Oh.
Equip your
Let's do that
EV suit
again.
before continuing. We need to know where we are and to gather data while we're at it.
All right, back on with the EV suit.
Whee!
How many 360s can I do before I land?
You discovered a new Foundry sport.
All right, it's all gathered.
Foundry half pipe.
I think I only did 2.
Set.
Yep. Oh, use explosions.
Purple volcanoes.
Cullen didn't hit the button. What a fiery place.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I did not suggest staying here for long. This place is undergoing extreme geologic activity. We should not waste time using our subspace telescopes.
Then we proceed quickly.
I'm going to stay behind and make sure nothing happens to this ramp, although it's already on fire.
We won't be long.
Deploy subspace telescopes. Surprise!
Run through the fire because I know it can't hurt me. How do we get over there?
You run around things. Yeah, this one has like a long, convoluted route you have to take.
These creatures look like hordas.
Yes, they are quite similar.
Similar, maybe, although a Horta from our own galaxy might be able to spot any differences. It is not often that we meet such a species. Although one characteristic is distinctly different, these are naturally aggressive.
We'll need to keep an eye out for more of them.
I don't remember just how far you have to run around this stupid map to get to the backside of the ridge line he built.
Not too far.
No, it's not that far. I'm already right there.
Or am I running to the optional objective? I don't remember.
Examine data. And there's more fire!
It's extinguishers.
There, Master, our telescopes are already getting consumed by the lava. It seems we have underestimated the level of geological activity in this area. We will get no subspace data here.
Junior had in time to catch the last glint of metal before it's lost in a sea of fire. Silently panic.
Hi, Master, you need to get out of there. The environmental suits won't help if you're pulled under. Or worse. Quickly return to the cube.
Everyone, back to the cube.
Fire hot!
We'll just cut our way back to the cube.
We definitely went the wrong way. Oh well.
Short one.
Oh, I found a glowing, not cool console over here.
Optional.
Oh, we're not doing those?
Nope.
No, come on back.
Yeah, we've been going since 3:30.
Oh, that long. Oh, also, I was not going to be able to retrieve the console by myself. No. So many red dots on the map. While we wait for everything to finish materializing, we should take this time to discuss how to proceed.
Very well. The Harmaster. I believe I know how to get us back to CAS 231.
What do you mean?
I think I formed some kind of connection with this cube. I think I can pilot it. We've arrived at this volcanic planet when I got angry. If I can remain calm instead, we may be able to return to CIS 231.
Bit of a jump,
Got to be
but
kidding.
okay.
Yeah, it's not terrible as far as jumps go.
No. Yeah,
fine.
it's one of those ones where it's just like the mission's kind of got to get going, and like you could have.
So you kind of have to make the connection.
Yeah, I mean the only thing you could have really done is kind of made more of a thing of her initially interacting with the console.
Yeah.
So it's more of an elaborated scene where she steps up to it, it reacts, and then you sort of go through a elaborated back and forth.
I have to say, I like how every single time he makes you run to the top of the room to get to the platform, it's different.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's really
Hang
fun.
on. I'm still running up. I fell.
I'll send mines after you.
In a low voice, Dehar Master, is it wise to let her attempt to pilot this ship? You saw what happened earlier.
I'm afraid we have little choice in the matter.
Okay, I need to stay calm. Stay calm. It's just like everything else, only passing moment in time.
Your awareness of the physical reality fades. A sensation of floating, though not serene, defines your dreams. Sleep.
We sleep again.
Dora, honey, wake up. We're at Grandma's.
Where can I empty my hat?
As long as this ended up taking, yeah, it was definitely the right idea to start at 3:30.
We didn't quite. I didn't quite have a sense of how long Orient's mission would be. No offense, Orient. I know you're in the chat room.
Oh yeah, I mean, I kind of knew it would be going a while on that one.
In fairness, everything takes longer when you live stream it.
It
Yeah.
is.
We
Yes.
goof
I mean,
off.
it's
We're reading all the dialogue off.
Yes, we certainly go off the rails a little bit.
What do you mean we? Visions of vastness of space fade from your memory.
Wake up.
I think this box is trying to kill us. Outside readings indicate no atmosphere and low gravity. There's still ground, but it's not a planet.
Let's see where it's taking us this time. Okay, pilot this thing is gonna be harder than I thought. These things never turn out to be easy, huh? Just once I'd like to be able to hop into something and have no trouble at all. She's ready to kick, but stops herself.
There's no challenge in easy.
And I suppose it's a challenge that makes life worth living. My life has been well lived then. Before you go, take this. I modified it to replace the subspace telescopes we've lost on the last planet. It won't be as effective, but it should do the trick. It is also a handheld device, so you won't need to deploy it. All you need to do is press the button, and there. She points to the button and then hands the device to you.
I can press a button. Won't you be joining us?
No, I should stay here and see if there's another way to pilot this thing. Maybe I can keep the place from changing again. Besides, I have another headache.
And
Equip your EV suits before continuing.
Exit the cube.
Jump. Oops, I landed on the hologram.
Definitely a whirlwind of an adventure.
We're certainly
you
exploring
go a lot
strange
of
new worlds.
places and see a variety of interesting things, that's for sure.
Kind of reminds me of the original Ring World.
Well, the thing it reminded me most of is the old Tunnel of Time book.
Oh, falling.
We seem to be on an asteroid. We won't be able to tell if we're in orbit around a star or not until we get the subspace image. Although that moon appears to provide a much-needed hint.
Where shall we take our reading?
There's a hill over there. It looks like a good spot to test Jigoro's telescope.
Let's go. We'll bounce over there like Neil Armstrong.
If I remember right, the hidden object in this one, there's a
Optional quake.
cave.
Do I press it?
Press it! Oh, although I think it's commenting on the quake, not like causing a quake.
What was that?
It felt like a quake.
Tectonic stress is, to be more precise, I guess that this asteroid is on a highly elliptical orbit with the moon. I further guess that this asteroid is not entirely solid. This place could break apart someday due to gravitational forces due to its orbit with its stellar neighbor.
I will make a guess of my own. Jigoro was not able to calm herself completely.
My personal hypothesis is more that piloting the thing is based on more than just your moods, but, you know.
We shall see.
Data coming in now, running comparison to previous entries. We seem to have only moved 1,500 light years from the last position where we had a reading and still in the wrong direction. Maybe we've moved in the right direction, but with no data from our last location, it's impossible to tell.
Can you tell me anything about where we are?
We are in orbit around the planet along with the moon. There's nothing of note beyond that.
Let's head back to the cube. Captain
I
Solar,
remember right.
I believe this asteroid is not entirely stable.
You can actually climb into a cave underneath that thing we were standing on, and there's a little data node thingy there.
No, I was just,
What happened?
Sorry, I was just deep in thought when you interrupted. Apparently someone entering is enough to change things. I was close to figuring this thing out. I need to find that device again. At least the layout is largely the same. You just need to go up. Relocate the device.
Let's not waste time then. Where are the ramps? Ramps are over here.
Yeah, this one the ramps are a bit harder to find because of
The
the way. Yeah.
Nice thing about the EV suit requirement is that does provide you with that flashlight. Makes
It
navigation a
does,
little bit easier.
yes.
Yeah, but for the one map, you do not want to have EV suits equipped. Oh, no.
And same awesomeness going up. All right, I think I know what to do now.
You know how to get us back this time.
You won't know unless you let me try it. Takes a deep breath. Sorry, it's better. Don't say things. I need to focus. Calm.
Remain silent.
Takes a deep breath. Just calm. Just keep image in your mind. Keep calm. Fluffy triples.
A flash from the device. Your awareness of physical reality fades. Visions of crystals fill your dreams.
Those aren't fluffy triples.
Sleep!
Sleep.
I think we're all on the same page now.
Yeah, you see where this is going, right?
Sleep.
And watching numbers slowly go up.
Somewhere on a store server, a new instance springs into life.
Ooh.
Full of
What is it?
full of promise.
Only to be killed brutally as we leave.
Basically, the whale from
It's the
Hitchhiker's Guide.
circle of life. Of crystalline structures fade from your memory.
Wake up. That work?
Report.
We're not where we started, but the air is breathable. We won't need our suits, although there is an unusually high concentration of crystalline particles. Our personal shields should be enough to filter them out.
And
Then
we won't need the suits. Arg, I messed up. Slams fist in the device, not making a scratch. Can't stop thinking about crystals. Why was I thinking about crystals? Gah! I need to think about water or something. Exit.
It's like the old mnemonic trick of stop thinking about the color purple.
Silently start making your way towards the exit.
Time to go telescoping again.
Oh, don't forget your rifle.
Crystals. Many
Oh, shit.
crystals.
Geometric structures. I like.
Also, those things are like the skeleton version of the giant fungus props.
Hmm.
I found the usage of
They're
those
up to see
very
the wizard.
interesting
The wonderful Wizard of Oz.
because he sank them so deep into the ground that you can only see the ribs of them sticking out of the ground. It's very
Yeah.
eerie.
And there's nice use of regular repeating patterns here. Crisscrossing. Yeah, I really like this build.
It gives you the feeling that this is something intentionally built, although it's hard to tell what for.
Yeah, it's almost crystalline in its own right, too.
This was once a city.
This was
It's
once a
now
city.
overgrown
It's-
with crystals.
I think we are looking at an ecological disaster of some sort. They do not detect anything that can harm us at present, although someone has clearly quarantined this planet.
Your officer points to a force field surrounding the planet.
I see.
I think that the top of the structure in front of us will be enough to get a reading from Jagoro's telescope, or subspace telescope.
And that's where we're heading.
You go ahead. I need to think. Head to the top of the structure.
Very well.
Hope you brought your rifles.
Going in
Gotta
different
say,
directions.
this use of multiple textures for the materials was pretty nice.
And using these archways as ramps too.
Guess the ramps are on the other side. Oh no, it's raining.
Nice triggered weather effect.
We've moved closer to CAS 231 this time, about 20,000 light years closer. We're still not in communications range of the fleet yet, but this is an improvement.
So we're finally moving the right way.
Yes, though we can't be sure this was intentional.
What do you mean?
There, Master, if I may be direct. Tessa Jigoro has demonstrated a lack of emotional control. As we have seen, her ability to pilot the cube is clearly affected by her emotional state. I believe you can see the problem here.
If you have a suggestion to make, then make it.
I have prepared a minor sedative. It is only enough to keep her calm, but that would greatly increase our chances of returning to CAS 231. We can inject Jigoro with it before she attempts the next jump. The officer hands a hyperspread to you. Dehar Master, I believe the decision rests with you. You are our...
Your officer is interrupted.
The Harmaster, I'm heading back into the cube. You should probably do the same quickly.
Why?
Dehar Master, we appear to have been surrounded by crystalline creatures. I believe they intend to feed on us.
How did you not see them before?
They did not show up on my scanners, and I do not know how they deceived my eyes.
Returning to the cube.
Finally, a worthy battle awaits.
I'm not sure about worthy, but battle, sure, why not? Oh man, as weak as these guys are, throwing those giant shuriken things at them is almost enough to one-shot them. Well, okay, some of them. Ooh, I got an accolade for killing wildlife.
Hey, where are you guys going? Get up here.
Oh, my bridge officer. Apparently she was playing with the wildlife the entire time.
What were those?
Hostile wildlife.
There, Master, more of the creatures are gathering around the cube. We should move it before they can get inside, even if that seems unlikely. This must be the reason this planet was quarantined.
You're up, Jigoro.
I can get us out of here. The question is whether I can get us back to CIS 231. I think this time I can. Give me a second to prepare. She walks away.
Remain silent.
In a low voice. Dehar Master, remember the sedative. The dosage should be enough to keep her anger suppressed. Use it if you wish, and I suggest that you do.
This is an interesting choice.
I will take your suggestion under advisement.
Also, this trick with using the map transfers is pretty much the only way you can have in-mission branched storylines that, you know, carry over like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, keep in mind, we map transition every time cube jumps.
But this is going to be one of those scenes where it's going to be compartmentalized at the end of the mission where you have that choice. And this is my favorite bit.
Whoa.
Both
Looks
sides.
a little different, doesn't it?
This was great.
That's pretty awesome.
Notice how one side is blue and one side is red.
Yeah. I want to run to the singularity.
I want to jump in the black hole. Why? Why can't I?
These wall pieces here. I mean, this is some fantastic building. And they use the water, too, just to provide a little bit of a force field. This is, some really nice stuff. This place is very different from before. I guess the interiors of this sort of thing can be anything it wants to be.
Let's worry about that later. Can you get us back?
Yes, I can do it this time.
Chigoro? Okay, so use the hyperspace. Don't use the hyperspace.
I didn't. And, that was me.
Use hyperspray.
Okay. All right, well, let's try it. Okay.
Hey, what did you do that for? What was in that? I'm feeling calmer now. Really calm, huh? Senator, if you don't trust me, I know what to do. I'm beginning to feel sleepy. Yes, let's try now. What's the device?
Gently guide her to the device.
Oh, there it is. It's Alan.
Snow begins to fill your dreams. Sleep.
Oh boy.
Officially used the snowman in a serious plot point of a mission. And
congrats for that.
Love it.
5-star right there.
Found use for a simulated Borg snowman in dialogue. 5-star. That's actually going to have to be my review.
Use the snowman. It didn't suck. 5-star.
Use snowman. It was real. 5-star. Didn't suck. But that'd be spoiling it, though, for people.
Not really, since it actually has no connection to the plot.
They need to experience the snowman.
But they would be spoiled on the fact that the snowman is actually used.
I wonder how many people read reviews before they go play the mission.
I might glance through them occasionally if I'm at it.
Visions of water, ice, and a snowman fade from your memory. Wake up. Okay, we gave Chigoro the sedative, so we click that one.
How did I do? Did we make it back? I'm so sleepy. Why'd you make me sleepy?
We'll find out shortly.
I'm reading water and low temperatures outside the box, Dayhar Master. They're identical to the CAS 231 moon. I believe you've made the right choice, Dayhar Master.
Let's take a look. Andorian Jewelry, the loading for Foundry missions is slow because it has to generate a new instance every time you go to a new map.
So there's a lot of server stuff on the back end that goes into creating that. So it's not just loading the map, but it's actually communicating with Cryptic to get everything working for the Foundry mission.
Yeah, and unlike Cryptic missions, the mission doesn't exist on your computer before you load the mission, because there's like a database of missions with like hundreds of thousands of missions in them.
Uh-oh, I got kerploaded.
You got kerploaded? Oh.
Yeah, I impacted elsewhere.
Looks
like you fell off the
Greets your
map.
senses, though there are, disappointingly, no snowmen.
Okay, so under the sea, we have sedated.
Yay, we're back. Ooh.
Can we use this cube to find Earth?
No idea. Sleep off headache pains.
Chigoro?
Vital signs are stable. She's only unconscious. I believe it's only temporary, but I recommend a medical examination when we return to the mayor report. I will forward my findings to FAS as well. We do not know if a connection to this cube has any adverse effects.
Contact vessel.
Contact your vessel.
Dahar Master, we have been trying to contact you for some time now. The fleet is getting ready to look for you. Also, your signatures are also not what they are supposed to be. What happened?
It's a long story.
Thank you for
And we're
playing 26th Century Black Box. Hopefully you've enjoyed the mission as well as the 26th Century overall. This has been only one tale in a grander plot, so be sure to check out the other missions in the anthology. Look for the 26C tag. If you have any questions, ask the emergency author hologram.
Da-da-da.
Also, for this one, you have to read the credits thing to get it to actually complete the mission.
Yeah. So
Credit to Duncan, Idaho, the Foundry Roundtable, Cryptic Studios, Foundry Author Community, and players.
and definitely StarfarerTheta, you did right by Jigoro. Great job.
Mm-hmm.
Except she's fainted there, and you know, she's just lying there. We're not doing anything for her.
It was a really interesting creative choice, and not something that I would have done personally, and that's why I really liked it. It really it had a neat spin on her character and kind of made that kind of more central to the mission. I mean, in addition to having the space adventure, but just this kind of putting the moral dilemma on that personal level rather than sort of a grand scale kind of space opera thing. So it made it much more of a small scale story, but in a way that you really don't see in too many Foundry missions.
Also, another thing about it is that it gave you the sense that your choice would affect whether the mission went well or went horribly.
Yeah. And of course, you go, both where scenarios work, but it kind of, is ultimately sort of a comment on the character and what you thought of her arc overall. So it kind of put it right back on the player, but without involving any other characters. So as far as a single character exercise goes, this was really well done. I just think the only point where the story jumps is Jigoro interacting with the console. Could have done a little bit more with her sort of getting to interact with it and make that little a small little scene, 2 or 3 dialogue prompts. And then there's not that sort of abrupt hit where it's oh, I can use it. And then I think everything is super cohesive then.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could bolster it up a bit, just having a bit of maybe Jigoro complaining about hearing voices or something earlier during the first 2 jumps.
Oh, also, one thing that I've noticed is that I'm not sure whether to say that it's good or bad, but I didn't personally like it, although someone else might think it's a good thing, is that you go to the planet, you run away. You go to another planet, you run away. And the story does not tell you what these places are. You have to run around and find the optional dialogues if you find them. And that's the only way you're going to find out any information about the locations you visit.
I haven't done that yet, and I think the mission really holds up well as this Grand Tour, because if you don't do that, everything you need to know about the planet is kind of there. I mean, you kind of assume that these are relatively uninhabited places. Just miscellaneous worlds you almost wouldn't bother visiting besides doing a long-range sensor scan. So it's because the worlds aren't central to the plot of the mission, it's totally okay, I think, to just skim right past those unless you really want to dig into them. Because for the way the story works, they're really not central. It's just there are obstacles in the way.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily need to know anything about them, although I wouldn't have objected to it.
Yeah, so I like that it's the optional bit there, that it's using that part of Foundry building in a really nice way, because you really have the option to kind of tailor it to your interests a little bit more there.
I did actually read some of them, and the one that you find on the Crystal Planet, that one is particularly interesting.
Yeah, because it's just such a different environment. You can get into some stuff there, so I'll definitely be taking a look at that for just seeing how to integrate that throughout the anthology, because I think this was definitely my favorite, with how it really kind of went about using character and focusing on something that was just completely different, making a huge thing out of something that's relatively small. And we didn't really find Earth. We kind of maybe got some data, but it's just the small little self-contained exploration thing. So that kind of just...
Also, we found this alien artifact that might potentially be useful for later endeavors.
Or it might just be a thing of the week too. So there's this really nice story turn with that, and I really liked it. I mean, there's like all three of these missions are great, and like I'm really impressed by what people brought to the anthology. I mean, Horient did this great character study. Ricky Smith built this really solid mission, some great space maps, and then this is kind of like a really great supplement to all that, just by bringing it down and doing some kind of out there
smaller,
exploration.
But in focusing on one thing, it can focus on it really well.
So yeah, I really like, even though we only have 3 missions, I do really like this anthology because we get this broad sweep, and then we're going to be adding more to it.
Yeah, we ended up with very high quality missions for this one.
Oh yeah, I mean, so many custom builds, characters, stories. I mean, we got a lot for AEI as well, but this seems, I mean, these are really on target.
Does Jagora look like she's twitching incessantly to anyone else?
I would not put it past
vibrating
Jagora.
Up and down.
Yeah.
No, she's she's stable where she is for my screen. So
on mine, it looks like she's just like bouncing up and down a little bit constantly.
could be a local spawning thing. So it kind of spawned a little weird for the NPC on your instance. Hard to say exactly what caused it.
Okay, so one last thing for the evening. I have run the random number generator, and the winner of the Walker class starship is Bloodleaf WoW.
Congrats, Bloodleaf!
Congrats.
Ooh! Now we gotta wait for people to react with the delay.
And Bloodleaf, I don't think I've got you on as a
You had
contact, but if you send me a PM at Greendragoon in Stowe, I will send along your prize.
And let's see, he's Spiritborn in Stowe for when you get that friend request.
Okay.
So congrats to Bloodleaf. And thanks everyone for joining us on our anniversary special. I believe next week we'll probably keep going with our intro mission so that we can get this done. Hopefully by the time voting ends, we'll have this all done, and then people can keep going with the anthology from there.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but both you and Duncan are working on 26C missions, right?
Yes.
I'm thinking about doing something, but I haven't made a final idea yet.
Well, all of that will come in the future. But for now, Dragoon, why don't you put up our contact info?
All right. We can be reached by email at foundryroundtable@live.com. We are also on Twitter at FoundryRoundtab. Drogan can be reached at Drogan1701. Duncan can be reached at Organups_SSF. Mark can be reached at Markhawkman. And I, of course, can be reached at Greendragoon.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and we will say good night.
Night.
Good night.